Hello everybody, welcome back to Transfer Derby County. I am LRock95, and coming up on this special edition of the series, we have a look back at our year in the Premier League. Now, we didn't film this one, unfortunately, because I ran out of time. I couldn't film the last season, though it was potentially meant to be the Premier League season, but also we didn't. It would be this season here. It would have been this season. We should have got promoted, but we did not. Season after, but it was a very good season. That's where we left off last time. If you haven't been here before, though, make sure you check out the series itself. It was a very good series from season 1 all the way to season 4, where we see ourselves crowned as champions of the championship. That was where we left off last time, but if not, let's just move on to the series. So, the Premier League. Oh man, stressful. Just very stressful. The big question I think everyone wants to know is, are we still on the favoured personnel list? And I can happily confirm that I very much am, because we stayed up. We stayed up in the Premier League, 13th in this Premier League season. I mean, that is just insane to think about, really. That's insanity. To think that we stayed up in this league is insane. The relegated teams were Blackburn, who we lost to in the final day. Doesn't really matter. Whatever. Fulham, who we couldn't beat either, and Norwich. We actually beat both times, I think. So, you know, it is what it is. Did we beat them both times, actually? We did. Okay, good. I was going to say. But yeah, we stayed up in the end. It was a very stressful season because we didn't have this man. Look at the man! 20 goals! 20 goals for Tottenham. That's my boy. That's my boy Dane Scarlett, man. Oh, I miss him. I miss him so much. We couldn't get him back on loan, obviously. And with the stat, I mean, look at this dude. This is the striker I brought into Derby County. He's fast as fuck. He can shoot. I mean, he was made in Derby. You know, he was a Tottenham player, but he was made in Derby. And I mean, look at that. 96 goals, 141 league appearances. That just says a lot, really, about Dane Scarlett and his time at Derby County. I mean, look at the goals. Look at the goals for Derby. Just insanity. So obviously, yeah, we didn't get Dane Scarlett back, so we had to make a replacement. So let's look at the transfers and show you exactly who we brought in over the summer. So let me see if I can go back. Okay, there we go. So obviously we confirmed Will Hughes for before the season ended, or the series ended rather. But we also brought in Joe Busick, a goalkeeper. He's our first choice goalkeeper now. At the beginning, had my doubts because he wasn't really performing up to standards, wasn't very good, but over the course of the season he improved himself, and it was very good to see that, and he is now a big part of the team. He is wanted by a few clubs. Manchester City, Atlanta and Indonesia want him for their clubs. He does have a release clause of 13 million, so if anybody matches the valuation, obviously we can't do anything about it, which would be a bit of a shame, because obviously I've come to enjoy him now. I've come to enjoy him in the goal. He's my main man. So that's one just what happened. Then we move on. Ethan Laird did join in the free transfer. We had him for nothing. He was on the retained list. We went, right, let's get on him. And yeah, again, another player who played really well for us in the Derby County save. We got him permanently. Lovely player indeed. Then we had to find the Dane Scarlett replacement. So we had the first option here. There was Troy Heaney, who ended up in the end didn't do too bad. I mean, he's 19. He was 19 when we signed him, 20 now. Wonder Kid. Do have the option to make this loan permanent for 31 million if we want to. But honestly, I don't know if we will. It is tempting. 12 goals and 34 appearances for the first Premier League season. It's not too bad. And assists as well. 4 man of the matches. Pretty much equaling what he did at Ipswich. But a goal better. Less assists. And that's the average rating. He did have a point where he didn't score in 12, but thankfully he did, so it was fine. Then we brought in Tommy Doyle on a free transfer. This was a very interesting transfer because he just left Man City. He was on loan at Wolves, did well at Wolves, but since coming here, hasn't really shown me why he was a good player. And to be honest, I'm thinking about cutting my losses with him. He hasn't really performed that up to standards as I thought he would have, but it is what it is. And actually, as I looked in the coach reports, he's actually our 6th best midfielder, and I don't want to get rid of Dylan Levitt, so Tommy Doyle may be the one I might get rid of, to be honest with you. So he may be the one we go for to get rid of. Even though we're not doing the series anymore, I might just personally just get rid of him. So pretty much. We also brought in this guy finally, Bright R8 Imby, who I looked at when we were in the championship, but obviously he went to Bochum. I did bring him in as a backup left back to Rico Henry. Honestly, hasn't performed really well. He didn't really play much, and he wasn't really that good. I thought he would be a lot better, but he did not perform up to standards. He was £3.8 million. A lot of money, considering. A lot of money for him. And didn't really perform well, which is a bit of a shame. I thought he would have performed a lot better, but he did not, unfortunately. Then we also brought in for $400 million Brennan Johnson. I thought this is a steal. This is an absolute steal for Brennan Johnson. And honestly, he has not. Another player who's not really performed well. He didn't perform up to expectations. Got injured a lot as well. I think, yeah, here's the injuries he had. So when did he join it? He joined us in the summer. So this would be the summer, wouldn't it? So he had a twisted ankle. Then he had blisters. Then he had knee ligaments. Then he had twisted knees. Then he had tight groin. Like he's just like getting injured. And I didn't really play him that much, so it was like frustrating to see that. But then also we brought in this young man, Francisco Nzinga. Didn't play much, but a young player to look out for. I think my plan is to let Troy go and bring in Nzinga into the first team permanently and to play him as a striker. So that's my guy. And by the way, 6'5". That's tall. 13'7". Like, I'm heavier than that. And I'm not 6'5". Like, that's a skinny man for 6'5". So, but hopefully we have the chance to. I'm going to try and bring him through. That is my plan with Nzinga. And then in January we made a transfer of Troy Parrott. This is our most expensive transfer by $12 million. He was available for transfer. So I think we paid everything here. So $12 million. He's got a good value, and I remember playing well for my Everton save. So he's going to be my main man next season when Troy Heaney goes, so it makes sense to bring him in. And he's 24, still got a lot of years left in him, so very nice. That's our transfer list. That's our transfers done. Any outgoings really you should know about? I mean, there's a few loans. Danny Ward did go to Nice. That's one you should know about, actually. Danny Ward did go to Nice because of Joe Busick. He was kind of pissed off. But we made profit, but we could have made a lot more than that. He only played once. And he kept a clean sheet, to be fair, but he played once. That's interesting. But a lot of loans. Nothing in terms of like permanent transfers, but just the Danny Ward one, really. Jerry Yep is also good, actually. We couldn't get a work permit for him, so I had to basically cut my losses and let him go, which I'm very sad for because I actually wanted to keep him, but it is what it is. Couldn't get the work permit. That's a bit shit. So yeah, that's basically it. So in terms, excuse me. So in terms of results, let's have a look at the results here. So we kicked off our season at Crystal Palace. We lost 2-0. Then we beat Chelsea the game after somehow. We beat them 2-1. They scored first, by the way, and we scored straight away, equalised, and then my man Troy Heaney got his first goal, 2-1. And we hung on. That was a crazy game. We beat Crewe in the second round of the Carabao Cup. Then we had Sheffield United. We beat them 1-0. And then we smashed Leeds 4-1. This was an awesome game. Palestri on form for us in that game. It was amazing. And then that's when it kind of started going downhill. We played Blackburn. We drew 1-1, which is a bit of shit. We lost 5-1 in the Carabao Cup to Arsenal, which wasn't good. Then we lost to West Ham. Then we lost to Arsenal again in the league. Then we lost to Wolves 2-0. And then we drew. Yeah, it was nice. We drew 2-2. That's good. But then we lost 1-0 to Southampton. Then we lost 5-1 to Leicester. And somehow, even with all these defeats, we still didn't drop into the relegation zone. I was mega surprised. We kept playing the 4-3-3 system. Didn't really work out. Then we switched it to 4-2-3-1 in this one. And we drew 0-0 with Man City somehow. I don't know how, but we drew Man City. So there you go. Then we beat Aston Villa 2-1, which is a very nice game indeed. And then we beat Liverpool, the league champions. And we were down to 10 men as well. We were down with 10 men. We beat them 1-0. I mean, this was the game. This was the game right here. This was the game. We were the first team to beat them in the season in the league. That's amazing. This game pissed me off. We lost 2-1 Manchester United, right? Declan Rice scored, nice. But we created so much chances right at the beginning. Like we were on top. If Palestri just fucking finished some of his chances, I don't even say we smashed United, but we didn't. We fucking lost, which is a bit of a shame. Then we lost to Tottenham 2-1. The boy Jane Scarlett scored the winner. I mean, it was meant to happen, wasn't it? It was meant to happen for Dane Scarlett to come back and score. And then we kind of got back on form. We beat Norwich 1-0, Declan Ryan. We drew 0 with Fulham. We beat Wolves 3-0, smashed them. Then we lost to Chelsea FA Cup, doesn't matter. Then we drew with Arsenal 1-1. This was actually very surprising. I'm going to sneeze. Hold on. Double sneeze. Excuse me. What was I saying? Oh yeah, we drew with Arsenal 1-1. That was surprising. Southampton, we won 3-2. Barnstormer of a game. Troy Parrott was on form. Then we lost 2-0 Newcastle. Then we lost 1-0 to Fulham. That pissed me off. Then we lost 1-0 to Chelsea. That was actually alright, 1-0's fine. Then we had 2 wins on the bounce with Crystal Palace and then Norwich. That one was annoying because we didn't really get shot on target until the 89th minute. So luckily we did. Ebersely, my hero. Lost away to Tottenham 2-0. Then we lost 2-1 at home, right at the death. Lukaku somehow back at United, which is fine, I guess. But we lost right at the death at that point. Where was I? Yeah, and then we drew 2-2 away at Anfield. 2 free kicks. Reminded me of the Cardiff game we had. 3-0 Man City at home. Doesn't matter. We drew 1-1 here. We lost 2-1. We drew 1-1. We won 2-0 at Leeds. That was when we guaranteed survival. And then we just drew the last 2 games. Then finally at Blackburn we lost 2-0. Which is not good. But yeah, this is the formation I used mainly. This is the formation I used, and then when we didn't win, and we were in deep trouble, I changed this, and we kind of started doing better. But honestly, like I wasn't expecting much. But hey, 13th is good. I think 13th is a very good position for a first season in the Premier League, especially with the team that we got, a very young team as well. Like it's awesome. Our oldest player is 31. And that's Will Hughes. Like, that's just insane. So, that's nice to see. It's good to see this team thriving in the Premier League and doing well. Obviously, now this is ending. I'm going to be playing the save until FM23 drops, basically. At least until the beta drops. But I'm just going to carry on playing. But yeah, that's about it, really. This is just a quick little video. It's nothing too long. Not as long as usual, so it's gonna be like a quick one, just basically showing you exactly what we did. The club vision, they're disappointed I'm not playing youngsters from our youth system. I'm pointing at Madu, I'm pointing at Keklik, who I played later in the season, but whatever. Doing well with that, and that's alright. We're doing well defensively, to be fair. We're not conceding a lot of goals, and possession, we got a good possession. But we're doing really well, and we got look at that budget for this next season, 49 million. That's fucking nuts. I'm just saying. And I gotta sell some players anyway because we gotta make some room. Tommy Doyle's probably a player that I'm gonna sell because I'm not really too happy with him. So, but yeah, that's about it. That's it. Yeah. I have nothing else to say other than that. Max Bird, my captain, still. He's gonna stay here for a while. But yeah, that's basically it. That was all I wanted to show you. Obviously, the series ended now officially now. The special. I'm thinking this is a Saturday one because. Obviously, the 21st, which was Friday, there's TWA, and there's the last one that we saw, which would be us winning the championship. So, the day after would be this one. I am trying to get it all done in one before, this board is doing fucking... They're doing my head in. Well, it'll help. It'll help the players we got now as well. Hold on, let me argue with the board. I don't want to quit. Well, anyway, there we go. But yeah, that's it. That's gonna be it. I'm gonna be just playing this save now for a little bit because I'm trying to go to the gym before I play football later. I do play football, 5-a-side. Whoop, whoop. Am I shit? Definitely. But obviously, I just need to fit this in before. Oh, Scarsoft's breakdown with Tottenham. Oh, hold on. Hold on. Heaney signing for you deal. I'm not. I mean, Heaney's good, but I can't afford it. I don't want to blow the budget on him. Like, I've got 49 million to spend. I don't want to blow the budget on one striker, basically. So, but anyway, let me just stop stalling and let me just end this video. Thank you very much for watching. If anyone's watched this series before, thank you very much for watching. It's been a blast. FM23 is coming soon. There's going to be content on FM23. Maybe Derby County will return to FM23. To be honest, I think I might do a Derby save, to be honest. But if there's anything you want to see me play as, a team you want to see me try and play as, like I'm thinking Wrexham, because I have done Wrexham saves before the takeover with Ryan Reynolds and all that, and Rob McKennelly. I enjoyed Wrexham saves quite a bit, so I might do Wrexham save. I'm tempted to do another Derby save, to be honest with you, but I will drop some beta footage. Once the beta's out, I will definitely look into it and record some stuff and upload to the channel. So if you want FM23 content, just stick to the channel. If you're new around here, subscribe, like, and all that jazz. And yeah, thank you very much for the series. Thank you everyone who's watched. Thank you anybody who's liked and subbed because of this series. You guys are cool. Everyone who watched this video is cool and hip and hopping. You know what I mean? But until then, I will see you guys in the future. From FM22, this is LRI5 signing off. Take care, stay safe, and I love you all equally. Peace out, and goodbye.